When a man interacts intimately with an older woman, not only emotionally but also spiritually, something truly amazing occurs. It isn't just about being attracted, it's how she makes him feel recognized, understood, and secure. And when his soul belongs to her, he acts in ways he has never done before. Not because she asks or demands, but because something within him transforms. Today, we'll take a deep look at what that transition looks like and how to tell if a man has truly chosen an older woman for his heart and soul. Let us be honest. Most relationships these days are superficial, brief, and fraught with misunderstanding, ghosting, and games. Many women, particularly older women, feel as if they don't matter or are disregarded when dating these days. You may have heard it before. Men only want younger women. Connecting becomes more difficult as you age. Men are intimidated by mature women. To be fair, the dating pool can be difficult at times because, while older women bring experience, emotional depth, and clarity, many men do not appear to be ready for that level of intimacy. But here's a twist. When a man is prepared, something wonderful occurs. He doesn't just date her, he connects with her on a soulful level. And when it does, his behavior changes radically. Let's delve more into what happens when a guy develops a strong emotional and spiritual bond with an elderly woman. We are not discussing casual attraction here. This isn't just about chemistry and beauty. We're talking about a man whose soul begins to feel like it belongs in her company. That level of bond causes obvious, perceptible changes in him. Here's what he begins doing that he hadn't done before. For starters, he emphasizes women in his life without being told. When his soul begins to resonate with hers, she becomes his emotional home. He begins choosing her without any pressure. He eliminates the distractions. He stops considering choices. Despite his hectic schedule, he makes time for her. According to a University of Rochester study, males who are in strongly emotionally engaged relationships report higher levels of life satisfaction and job focus. This type of relationship does not keep him distracted. It sharpens him, and it starts with how she makes him feel recognized and appreciated, which he may not even realize he needed. 2, he begins to share more of himself, including the scary aspects. Men are not naturally taught to express their emotions. In actuality, research from the American Psychological Association reveals that many males suppress feelings of vulnerability and avoid meaningful interactions in love relationships for fear of appearing weak. But something changes when he's with a woman who feels emotionally secure. Older ladies frequently bring emotional maturity into space. When a man believes his soul is safe with her, he expresses his concerns, discusses childhood traumas, and admits when he is reluctant or uneasy, and not just once. He makes emotional intimacy a habit. That is not common. That is not casual. That's a soul-deep connection. 3, he acts on long-term goals without expressing them. This one is small but forceful. You can see that he starts planning months in advance and includes her, discusses where they want to travel next summer, suggests introducing her to important people in his life. This isn't just dating. This is nesting. Why? Because his soul has become engrossed in the relationship. It's not about avoiding commitments. Commitment has become second nature to him. He does not only discuss the future, he moves as if she were in it. 4th, he reflects her emotional development. Another clear sign, he begins to level up, not because she tells him to, but because being with her inspires him. We've seen this happen in real life. Take this case study. A 44-year-old woman who spoke anonymously on a relationship podcast described how her 32-year-old partner started therapy on his own after being with her for 6 months. Why? In his words, "You made emotional intelligence appear like power. I wanted to meet you there." This is what soul connection accomplishes. It brings out the best of him. 5, He believes she should be there, even if the rest of the world disagrees. Let's be honest. There is still some societal noise surrounding age gap relationships, particularly when the woman is older. But when his soul belongs to her, he supports her loudly and proudly. He introduces her to friends without hesitation. He incorporates her in family activities. He publishes photos, holds her hand in public, and talks about her with pride. That is not casual conduct. That is loyalty derived from a soul-deep bond. He doesn't care what others think because he understands how he feels. Sixth, he stops looking for more since he has already found it. This might be the most obvious indicator of all. When his soul belongs to her, the chase is over. He's no longer seeking to improve or wondering, could I do better? Instead, he feels full, satisfied, and complete. It is not that she is flawless, rather, she fits. And in a society with endless possibilities, that sensation of inner peace is rare but undeniable. Now let's talk about how, because this isn't about luck or playing games. It's about creating the kind of relationship that makes his spirit feel at home. So how can an older lady do it naturally, confidently, and authentically? Here are 5 important steps. Step 1. Show, not prove. You don't need to prove your worth. Men experience liveliness. So instead of telling him you're valuable, prove it. Be present, maintain emotional calm. Let your boundaries speak louder than your words. Confidence does not plead, it simply is. Step 2. Establish emotional safety. Allow him to be human around you. Not every man will reveal his soul immediately. However, when he feels emotionally safe, the layers come off. Provide a safe space for him to fail without fear of being judged, dream without mocking, open up without fear. That's when his loyalty begins to develop. Step 3. Stay emotionally grounded. Men are not attracted to emotional instability. They are drawn to women who respond rather than react. When you maintain emotional stability, you do not chase. You do not spiral. You do not lose yourself. When he pulls away slightly, he realizes, I can trust her energy. I can rest here. Step 4. Lead with experience, not ego. Your life experience is your superpower. However, do not lead with supremacy. Lead with love, inquiry, and humility. Allow him to find your depth. You should not feel as if you are measuring his. That small difference changes everything. Step 5. Don't hide your standards. When you set clear, calm, uncompromising standards, you bring out the best in the right man. Say whatever you want. Say what you will not tolerate, but do it with compassion and certainty. Because the man whose soul is ready to join you will rise to greet it. Let us look at Lisa and Jordan. Lisa, 48, is divorced. Jordan, 35, has never married. They met through mutual friends and began casual dating. What started out as light conversations quickly turned into lengthy discussions. Jordan eventually began canceling nights out with friends just to spend time talking on Lisa's couch. Within months, he had introduced her to his family. He brought her to a friend's wedding. He started saying things like, I sleep better when you're next to me. Lisa never hurried him. She never played games. She simply created space for connection, showed up consistently, and allowed him to reveal himself over time. He eventually went on to say, I never knew what it was like to be fully seen until you. That is what happens when a man's soul finds solace in an older woman's company. Let's bring it home. If you're an older lady reading this and wondering if love can still be deep, wonderful, and soul-awakening, it most definitely can. But the trick isn't to chase, it exists. When you embody your worth, hold emotional space, and live in a grounded presence, the right man will be drawn to you. His soul will belong to you. And when that happens, he can't help but show it in every word, gesture, and heartbeat. So stay grounded, confident, and true to yourself, because his soul is already looking for you. If you found this helpful, please share it with a lady who needs to hear it today. And if you're ready for more profound, practical love advice, subscribe and stay tuned. We are just getting started.